Okay, now I have the pleasure to talk with Flash, the coach from Vanir. Welcome, Flash, to begin this. And obviously, there
Hello.
was a big meme of Vanir in the beginning of the split, where you guys have a good early, go down in the mid. But I think it's kind of fixed nowadays. Can you tell me how did you fix that, and how did the team adapt?
Uh, yeah, I can tell that we had some issues at the beginning of the split. It was especially because we couldn't train the mid game and the late game on scrims that much because we were stomping enemies early and they didn't want to play later on. So we had a lot of remakes. The game were like lasting only 20 minutes, so we couldn't train it at all. So I tried to look for better teams.
Hmm.
So we that could actually abuse our mistakes and also hold till the mid game. So we could also focus on that. So that was the goal, and I think we achieved that. So our mid game and late game got better and better, which you could see, for example, in the X7 game, we were looking for the opportunities, even if we were that behind, and we managed to win. So yeah, that's how it was looking like.
There is a beautiful topic that we don't get to talk often: the bubble, the scrim bubble, where you scrim a lot of teams and you adapt to a certain meta or a certain play style, and then you go to official matches and it's really different. So you think Vanir found a new bubble team, and this is why Vanir's just upgrading a lot in the second half of the split.
Yeah, like recently, like in 2, 3, or like overall last month or month and a half,
Hmm.
we were screaming versus top ERL teams like from the LVP. We also had opportunity to play versus the LFL teams. So we actually could pull out a really, really decent practice versus them and learn a lot. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Now, looking into Dusty versus Varney, you guys are tied up 1-1. You won at the beginning of the split. On the second half of the split, they won versus you. Are you preparing something spicy for this BO5, or are you just looking at a normal way? Okay, we need to adapt. We need to understand what you're going to play and how they play.
Um, Honestly, we will see how it will go. We have something prepared. We have the champions we didn't play in a while, or we didn't play at all. Just that can fit the enemy champion pool and would be really nice for us also. But we'll see how it goes because like during the playoffs, during the best of fives, there is a meta within a meta. So sometimes the games may differ a lot from the what we have seen in the regular split.
Hmm.
So we will see how it will go, but I think everyone have a positive attitude, and we will do our best.
Okay. Where do you think Varnir outplays Dusty? Where do you think is the real strength of Varnir versus Dusty? Can you tell us?
I think like from what I seen and what I like watched when I watched the game of the
Mhm.
Dusty, I think the strongest team member that they rely on is Viking, and the success of Dusty is overall because of the Viking performance later on.
Mhm.
We could see that he was doing a lot of really, really good ganks. He was shadowing his teammates a lot. He was also doing a lot of lane ganks. Especially their bot side is really strong, and that's how they were snowballing the games. But I think this is something we can play around, and I think our strong side is uh, like strong part of the team is
Mhm.
the early game that we can snowball really well, but also we are doing really well in the mid and into the late game. Recently we managed to train a lot of macro game and lane assignment and setting up the waves. So I think we are not scared at all, but we have to look what is Viking doing,
Mhm.
and we can play around it a little bit.
I think both junglers will be core in this series. I think they're really aggressive as well. There's no way to say that only one of those junglers are going to be aggressive in the early game. So it's going to be a bloodbath, at least in my opinion. It's going to be great to watch. But at the end of the day, when all dust settles, what do you think is the score between Varnir, Dusty, and who is going to take it?
Like honestly, I'm much more better during the playoffs. during the best of fives, I'm more creative. I see more things, and I can adapt really well to that. So I think it would be 3-1 for Vanir.
Okay, so you'll lose a game, but at the end of the day, you take three home, and it's more than enough for Vanir to move on into playoffs. So thank you so much for this interview, Flash, and I want to see what happens. Vanir versus Dusty. We cannot miss this game, and best of luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.